Sneak dissing, we don't see the competition. I drop off a ransom note that your art is missing, nigga.
Pay us in full with the money, or she gon' get her fingers clipped off like Lil Sonny,
M.Reck TV.
You hear something?
Have you guys heard of StreamBoss? It's a new IPTV provider that gives you over 5,000 channels for only $20 a month.
Oh, cool!
$20 for live TV, local TV, movies, TV shows, pay-per-views, and so much more.
Huh? What?
If you have a Fire Stick, smart TV, or streaming device, then head on over to streamboss.com to begin your setup process.
Peace. Y'all know the M.Reck room etiquette, pound the like button. This is Heavy Gems. I want to salute my sponsor. He's been sponsoring me for like maybe 2 years now, thestreamboss.com. If you're looking for a good streaming service, go to thestreamboss.com, put in the M.Reck TV code, get $5 off, and he's going to take care of you. Now, you can go to the Stream Boss and watch your favorite movies, sports, TV shows, etc. All right? So on that note, my brother, Talib, peace. How you doing, good brother?
Peace and blessings, brother. I am magnanimously wonderful.
That's great. That's great, my brother. That's great. I'm feeling great as also. Salute to the Rec Mob and all the subscribers and all the people that's tuned in. You know, I know y'all been waiting for the next Heavy Gem show. This is gonna be another special one. I need everybody to just share the live, you know, hit the thumbs up. And right now, Talib is gonna address the people. He got another exercise for y'all. So Talib, I'm gonna get out your way and let you do what you do.
Oh, no, thank you. Last time we did a silver method of the 3-2-1. That is a great way to enter an alpha state and to deal with the basic playing field of the mind so you can begin to create and manifest things the way you want to. There's another method that is called the Sedona method, and I wanted to share this, and we'll probably go across this several times this evening because it is one of the easiest ways to release resistance. And it is so simple in a process that anyone can do it. You can do it throughout your day. You can do it with your eyes open. You can do it with your eyes closed. This is a phenomenal way of releasing resistance. A lot of people I know have been practicing manifestations and working on probably a lot of the various means in which they say you can do them. And I know those who have had some manifestational things occur might have hit a wall in which they face some resistance to the things they may want. And that's sort of stopping things coming in. And one of the things they tell you when it comes to manifestation and using the powers of the mind to create what you want is that you can't have any resistance, that you need to be able to create an image or create a desire, to live within it and then release it. And a lot of people have a hard time releasing it because they don't feel they deserve it. And then they start overthinking these steps and processes. And this just leads you down a rabbit hole. So what I wanted to propose was a method. And it's a very basic method. It's a basic part of the Sedona method, but it is the core of the method, and it infallibly works. And what we can deal with right now, because I know a lot of people feel or deal with that, is, say, financial fears and having lack, right? Financial fears. So what we're going to do is, if you can just allow yourself to feel or think about your financial situations and the things in it that you don't like, that are causing you problems and issues. Can you allow yourself to feel those things? Will you allow yourself to feel them? Right? Now, if you say no, just remember, if you want to solve a problem, then you're going to have to release a problem. But, and more importantly, understanding that solving a problem is only preparing to deal with your problem again. So whenever you're thinking about figuring out what to do, all you're doing is preparing to deal with it again. So when I ask you if you can bring those things up and allow yourself to feel them, right? Just allow yourself to feel it. Now, and the same thing I'm going to ask you is, in this moment, as much as you can, just as much as you can, those feelings, can you just release them right now? Can you let it go? Will you let it go? When will you let it go? Good. So just go back to those feelings again. Let them come up. Feel your insecurities. They're there. Allow every image, sound, and thought that accompanies it to flow. Will you just allow it to be for right now and feel it? Good. Now, just in this moment, could you let it go? Would you let it go? When? Good. One more time. Let those feelings come up. Whatever else accompanies it. There may be other things that come behind finances. It may be relationships, right? It may be things with your family. Whatever it is you're feeling, allow yourself to feel it. Good. Now, just in this moment, as much as you can, could you let it go? Just release it. Would you let it go? When will you let it go? Now, go back to that feeling. If there's any pictures or images that remain, allow yourself to feel and see those images. Let them come up. Now, could you let that image go? Could you just let it dissolve? Just release it and watch it fade into nothing. All sounds, all images with it just fade away. Would you let it go? When will you let it go? All right, and that's the process. I know I with you, and I know I feel lighter. How do you feel, Reck?
I certainly do. Feel much lighter, feel relieved. I appreciate that, good brother.
And this is a way, and you can, and you know, as we go into the show, I'll come back to those things because you're going to see how even when we get to things, people asking questions, you're going to find that this process is going to come back up, and I'll elaborate even more. But this is an entire system that you can learn. It's very easy. You can pick this up in next to no time. It'll take you less time to learn this than it will to solve your problem, right? And it is a phenomenal way for you to start taking your own power back in your life personally and not being the victim of other people's feelings, emotional states, and their desires. You can separate yourself from this, your others, and you can begin to focus in on yourself. And then when you release it like this, you're going to be able, when you sit and you manifest and you sit and you do the process where you enter a state kin to sleep and you imagine whatever amount of money or whatever type of happiness, desire you want, you're going to find you're not going to have any resistance to letting it go. So this is a great way for us to begin to practice letting go and releasing a lot of the things, because we just always remember that if you're trying to solve or figure out a problem, all you're really doing in the end is preparing to deal with it again. Do you really want to figure out and solve your problems, or do you just not want to have problems? But yeah, man, that's where that was at. I hope you got something out of it. I definitely enjoy sharing it with you.
Nah, I definitely did. I appreciate that. So let's start off with the topics, good brother. I think we should jump off with the stem cells treatment. Stem cell treatment.
Oh well, that's
Hold
at
on.
this point.
Let me bring it on the screen. Let me bring it on the screen, good brother. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. I may do it two ways, but let me see if I share the screen and if it works good that way. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I got it on the screen. Can you see it?
Yeah,
Okay.
stem cells is the very building block that is to your cellular reproduction. And this is something that used to be illegal. Excuse me, but I would say for like at least the last, I would say about 10 years, it's been something that rich people have been using to keep themselves looking young.
Mm.
But now they're going beyond that. They want to give stem cells to people because they can charge you for it, costs money, and most importantly, they've figured out how to rewrite the human genome. Right? There's a code in your DNA that is called what they call your biological clock that tells your body to stop reproducing cells.
Mm.
So death isn't as natural as you think it is, like, oh, you're just going to get old and die. No, it's actually this weird code that really wasn't there before, and they don't know why it's there, right? That turns on at some point in your life and stops reproducing cells,
Mm.
right? And now they know that, oh, and this is, you can look this up, this will blow your mind. Death has been labeled as a disease.
I saw that.
It's a dis-ease. It's something that is not supposed to happen in you.
Mm.
So now they're going to introduce, and remember this stem cells, they've been priming us with stem cells and all this through movies for the last, I say, about a good 10 years, 14 years, something like that. Getting everybody ready through films. Right? So, like, yeah, they want to show you that, oh, look, a man was cured of HIV and leukemia from stem cells. So people will what? Run out, and it will also promote grants, money, and funding toward whatever particular group is behind this surgery and behind those stem cells. And remember where they're getting these stem cells from, guys. They're not getting the stem cells out of you and me. They're taking these stem cells out of fetuses, aborted fetuses.
Mm.
That is a fact. Abortion is very big money. Right? Anyone that doesn't believe that can just barely look up the connection between abortion and financial gain, and it's going to blow your mind because it's extremely big business. So when you see man killed by stem cell, just remember something. Many of aborted baby fetuses stem cells were used in saving another human being.
Mm.
Though they don't need a lot, but they do need to inject it into the spine because it has to be deep within the tissue in order for it to begin to reproduce. So
That's
that's
deep.
yeah, and just remember, HIV is just a form of hepatitis. It's what they gave to people in the 70s. And it's why most Americans actually has herpes.
Damn.
Yeah, They've pumped all kind of diseases in you already. They lay dormant. You get into a particular energetic state. They become active. Then they get to fudge their numbers however they need accordingly to how they want to manipulate and guide the public. There's no use in killing off all of the people in the world. That's ridiculous. That's what they want you to believe, so you'll stay in a state of fear. They clearly need all of us. For without us, who would worship them? Who would do the work for them? Who would give them the feeling that they're better than? They completely need you. But they just have to make you feel unneeded so that they can influence you to make decisions that best serve them. So the whole stem cell stuff is just being pumped out right now because they're about to do a campaign. Pharmaceutical companies is about to come out of nowhere. You're about to see this. Stem cells is going to be used in the next so-called event that tries to trap us all in our home and create another psychological experiment to mentally tear everybody down to make them complacent.
Like for instance, the monkeypox, because I'm hearing it's a outbreak in New York right now.
First of all, it's already the World Health Organization already considered it a world emergency.
Wow,
that's one step from a pandemic, right?
Correct.
Right. You see what I'm saying? What is that doing though? That's priming you, right? Priming you.
Yes.
It's priming you. They did this several times with the H1 and all that before we got to where we was, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? They're priming your psyche for the event that they are going to inevitably stage upon you. You will react. They will offer you a solution. You will take it. Here goes Hegelian dialect. You know what I'm saying? Remember, it's called classism. The psychology in which they manipulate us is through social stratification. If anybody wants to get technical, social stratification, okay, is what you're calling classism, which is what? Upper class, lower class, middle class. These stratifications each come with their own economic base, belief system, and governing methods. This is how they trap us in these sectors of reality being overlooked and guided by pendulums. So, like I said, when it comes to the HIV, there's always been a cure for HIV. There is no cure, there is no money in a cure. And there's no controlling the people with a cure. Right? Just remember, it was the petroleum industry and the oil industry that owns the pharmaceutical industry. And all of your pharmaceutical-based products are petroleum-based. When they tell you the oil company don't want to go out of business, you're not understanding how much business they own it. Now, I told you a while back on this show, I don't know if everybody went and looked or remember, but I told you about BlackRock. I told you about BlackRock. And now who's telling you about BlackRock? Bernie Sanders? See, now once people get the truth, this is the game, right? They're going to give you the truth. There is no lie without a truth. Okay? They're going to give you the truth. but they're going to give you the truth in one, propaganda, through entertainment, movies, concepts, ideas, because they know that's how you program somebody's mind. You get them emotionally charged on something. They're going to use influencers. These people are people who we never even elected to tell us what to do. There's people that's just come out of nowhere, and now millions of people just listen to them, but they're the authority of nothing. You don't know them. Most of you are not friends with them. Who are these people? And the third way is government. They're going to construct laws around you that are so riddled in jargon and so buried by clauses that all you see is the surface of what the bill offers. Every bill is supported by like 20 other bills. I don't even think most people know that. So just because you signed off on one part of the bill and you think it serves you, you didn't check the other 20 bills that's working completely against you. This is their methods. Let me just give you a little offhand fact. Driver's license were never meant for regular commuting people on the road. Did you know that, M.Reck?
Yes, I was privy to that information.
Did you know the driver's license was only created for people doing commerce on the roads? It's why you pay taxes. They made you get a driver's license when they made you start registering your car. People have only been registering their car for about 40-something years.
Facts.
The moment you register your car, you turned your car over to the state. That's why they can't take a car from a person who haven't registered the car, and they're not illegally parked anywhere, and they don't have a driver's license. That's because you have something called a straw man. Your straw man was invented the day you were born. It takes your place in all legal matters and represents you legally, but it is not you. That's why your straw man always signs your name with all capitals. Upon birth, your straw man was legally dead. This is why you had several people just back in the early 2000s that came up with the straw man clause, pulled it up and asked for the IRS to show them anywhere written that they had to pay them taxes. They couldn't find it. They decided to arrest them, and they had a standoff at their home. You probably forgot about that. Let me tell you another thing. Maybe some of the people in here will benefit from it because maybe they didn't know. You can actually cash in on your life insurance while you're alive.
Facts.
Your life insurance, and this is the game of most rich people. This is what they do. Remember, everybody was talking about rappers being, oh, the rappers, like they're killing all these rappers to get their life insurance. You know, well, you know, that's a surface point of view, correct?
Correct.
But don't you understand? The moment they took life insurance out on those rappers, they began to leverage that money. So just having this rapper who is so dangerous, having a multi-million-dollar life insurance, meant he could take out $4 million of the life insurance that didn't have to pay back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's just a little financial advice for anybody out there that has life insurance or is thinking of getting it, but maybe was afraid to get it because they feel like they cursing themselves because, oh, it's only could be used after I'm dead. No, it could be used now. You can change your financial situation now if you were struggling right now and didn't know where to get enough money from, but you got a life insurance worth $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. You can go take 200,000 of that out right now. Someone said French Montana just said that about life insurance. Let me tell you something, yo. Everybody's going to start playing the game now and coming out and revealing certain things because the truth is out. So now certain people are going to have to get ahead of the game and start coming out with information to make it seem like they was always up on the upright. But let me ask you something. They knew this when they was doing this. They knew this when they was doing it. They could have told you this. They've been around for 7, 8 years. They could have told you this then. How long have these people had your ears? How long has these people could have been told you the secret techniques that they use to make their success without charging you 1 penny for it because they already rich? No, they're riding a wave so that they can stay relevant, like they're down. But you know what? If they were really down, then you know what they would do? They would help. Every action they take would also benefit humanity, but it doesn't. It only benefits them. Most of them fall because they're not even good to the people around them, or they have people around them that aren't good to them. Because the universe will always balance out unbalanced energy. If you give all the time and don't know how to receive, you're going to have problems. And the universe will course correct. The moment you start balancing out the energies, everything begins to work for you because they know the truth. This place is not real. If you want to say heaven, the spirit world, Ethereum, dark energy, matter, whatever, that is real. That makes up 99% of everything we know. We are the mere 1%, just the shadow. They know this. So what do? They take all of their energy and they go on campaigns to torment your mind. Keep us powerless in our own mind. We don't have no power. We can't do anything about this. Look at our neighborhoods. Look at what they're doing to us. Look at what we're doing to each other. Looking at it hasn't changed it. If you don't believe it, tell me what we've been looking at for the last 6 decades. It doesn't change it. There's only one way to change it, and that is to change your perception of it. Any one of us could easily change our perception. You walk out into that hood, and whatever you're talking about is what's going to resonate around you. And I did it myself many times. I went into places I wasn't supposed to be in, supposedly, and I made friends. They call me Guitar Man. Yo, that dude is deep. Oh, that's the brother right there. I'm over here in the wild, wild west. And I've seen it with my own interaction with someone people call the most unsavory gang banging, whatever's pimps, the whole nine. Everyone I deal with deals with me for how I see the world. It doesn't matter how messed up the world is in their eyes or how terrible the things they may be doing. I am the dominant energy in every situation I encounter. And when you accept that about yourself, every situation you encounter will go just the way you perceive it to be. And everyone around you will just go along with it because thought is the most powerful thing in the cosmos. It's 10 times faster than the speed of light. And your reality is held together supposedly by the speed of light. So if you wanted to quantum jump, if you wanted to go into another realm, if you wanted to go into another world, if you wanted to astral project, it is not light that's going to take you there, as Hollywood would show you. It is thought. Thought travels faster than light. This is the reality of our situation. We can change it. That's why I did the practice in the beginning. Hey guys, here's a method. Just do it. Every time something comes up, ask yourself, will you allow yourself to feel it? Ask yourself, will you allow every sound and image and sensation that accompanies it to be? Just in the moment. Because all you got is that moment, period. All you have is now. Your whole life is a now to now to now to now to now to now. The construct of your perception is making things seem a certain way to you. And that's what we have to change. That's all I have to say, brother. You there, Reck?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just changing dimensions on the next topic. Hold on, I'm here. I was just doing something behind the scenes real quick. It's like it's trying to give me issues with changing the dimensions. I don't know why.
Well, if you want to let people call in or something while until you
I,
get to the next topic.
I got it. I get it. Let's address this and then we'll go to the calls real quick. It's the link I sent you with Snoop Dogg speaking on Joe Biden about to pass this law.
Oh yeah. There
All
was also a thing that was on Fox News about $14 trillion being given out to the African slave descendants. $325,000 per person, depending upon their economic standard, schooling, and home.
right.
You might want to look that up. I just say that, a majority of us are not African American. And anybody that just does a little homework beyond the superficial narrative that was given to us and constructed, they'll learn there was something way more sinister behind all of that. They keep calling us black people, and that's got to stop. That's got to stop. You have to stop equating us to an adjective. There's no ethnicity there. You have no ethnicity. You go back, the original name of the people here, they were calling us indigenous. Indigenous. Go trace it back. It'll have your head spinning, because you'll go, wait a minute. When did the indigenous Indians become Negroes? And then when did they become black? And why did Jesse Jackson call you an African American? That's where the term came from. The man was running for president, and that was his campaign slogan. All you have to do is do a little bit of homework and research it. They didn't even hide it very well. They didn't care to hide it very well, because they gave us all compulsory education. They put us in school and they taught us a story. I have relatives that are almost 100 years old that told me about the day they heard about slavery. So when they say, oh, they about to do this to black people, we should just detach ourselves from that and see what happens. Psychologically detach ourselves from it and see if they even can touch us. They can't. They can only do what you believe in. And I know people will give me examples of protests and marches, how we went to do things, and No, actually, we didn't. We actually conformed to the system. That's what we did. Because if they protested and they were standing outside of somewhere, you know what? They went and got the paperwork and registered to do the protest. They weren't illegally standing there. There wasn't
Facts.
true civil disobedience. All of these people were from colleges, universities, and most of them were a part of some sort of fraternal order, we'll just say. We don't need to use specific names, but we'll just say fraternal orders, because that's what they did when they was doing a colonization amongst us. You had tribes that turned on us. They put a whole plan together where they literally used their banking system and contracts and literally stole all of our land, bro. This is our land. I ain't seen one African government yet come up and say, yes, they took slaves. First of all, if you even just do a little bit of homework on the ocean gyres that they had to travel through, the fact that during the time they said this existed, there were no ships. The fact that Vikings had already came here long ago. And nor was the terrain of the earth was the same. You know this for a fact because they'd have changed that map at least 8 times. There's 2 maps of the world right now. The map you're familiar with is the map that is used by sailors. It was a map intended to navigate the ocean. All land masses are wrong. They're wrong in their size. They're wrong in where their placements are. All of it is wrong. And it's called the Mercator map. The real map that the Navy and the Army guys, and you talk to any family in the military, they'll tell you about this map. It's called the Peterson projection map. The whole earth is upside down on this map, I want you to know. Places, land masses ain't where they say they are. You know, they've already manipulated us to the point where we believe we live in a country that is a continent. Right? Isn't that called North America? Right. But we just consider North America as America, not Canada, which is larger than America. This is a top-bottom psychology. They switch the land masses around, put Europe on the top. So what? All the white people are on the top. Your psychology of that is the top is better. All the other nations, where are they? They're on the bottom. You don't even know where you are. None of the lines on a map or when you fly over the sky are there. And if you go just look up airline routes, you'll see that they only take 3 basic directions. There's parts of the world they won't even fly by that makes no sense. The reason I'm telling you all of this is because this is how far of a campaign they've gone on to control your mind, because they know how powerful the mind is. They couldn't actually flip the earth upside down, right? So what did they do? They flipped the earth upside down in your mind. The original 1820, I want to say, it says like 1824, but I don't think it actually was published till 1828. But the original Noah's Webster's dictionary for American was copper-colored Aboriginal people discovered here by the Europeans, whose name was later adapted by Europeans. Go look it up. They whitewashed Indians. The $5 Indian actually comes from a law that they passed where they allow white people to fake having any Indian heritage at all and give them a piece of paper that said that they were Native Americans so that they can get some of the land they were supposed to give to the Native Americans. See, they're the Native American, you are the American Indian. Someone said 5-cent Indian, but I'm pretty sure it was $5. $5 back in the 1800s and 1700s was a lot of money. And it was a lot of money to buy and to say that you was of a particular tribe so that you could get in on the government grants given of them returning land to them. They whitewashed them. And then all of the traders, they got put off. A lot got put off on reservations. A lot of stuff happened because, you know, they wasn't to be trusted. And it was a whole series of institutions that came up with this story that we came from Africa, because there is no proof of that other than the proof that they have conjured up that clearly has a trail that goes cold the moment you begin to investigate it. And all you have to do is ask your family, ask your grandmother, ask your great uncle, ask your relatives from back in the days, talk to them, ask them what they know about it, and you're going to see who you are. They taught us to stay away from our elders. So our stories were oral stories. We passed down stories, and I know a lot of you still do it in your homes today. Our stories are oral. We tell stories. We don't write a bunch of books on it. And they understand that. So they took our children and put them in schools and told them a whole story on where they came from. And you've been to public school. You know how obtruse and how absurd and ridiculous it is when they go put you in social studies and American history and you start studying that stuff and you start hearing these stories. And they're usually backed by the teacher telling you to be quiet, stop asking questions, pay attention, and read. You do that to a person long enough, you beat their will down. You condition them. You condition them. That's why they put you in school from the time you're able to walk around and have any kind of creative thought, and they immediately start putting what? Shapes, colors, perspective in your mind. That's why the school system wants your children, because they know from the age of them being anywhere from 2 to 7, they can mold their mind in a way that will affect who they will become as an adult. So when they keep saying we black, that's a slap in the face. It's an insult. Call a Japanese man or a Chinese man yellow. Do that. See what happens. He's going to tell you what his ethnicity is. Don't do that to me. He's proud of his culture. We have no culture. They stripped us of our culture. They appropriated any culture we created in here. Meanwhile, we created the entire government system down to the commander in chief, the whole structure of this way of life. So it's time for us to do something about it. It's not fighting them. It's doing what's made us great to begin with. We were masters of our minds, of our thoughts, which made us masters of creation. Someone said racism. Well, the truth about racism is it is an ideology. It is a construct of the human psychology that is being embraced and has emotional cadence in which, therefore, it has taken on a life. And that's what they wanted it to do. See, you didn't invent the word racism. You were given the word racism. I can tell you there was a time growing up in New York that nobody used the word dude. That was a white person's phrase in our mind. Now, everybody says dude. Why? Does anybody even remember when it became acceptable? How many things have you grabbed a hold of that you don't even recall when you did it? This is how you control the world. It's just, this is how you do it. It has nothing to do with the cops running down on us. Remember, we all know this. They created an innate fear in us, even if it never happened to you personally. There's many of us where we ain't ever get beat by the cops or experience what we see others have experienced. There's many of us that don't. But what happens when you see the police? You become scared. There's thoughts that accompany it. Violent acts become up in your mind. Terrible things begin to happen. And that's being imprinted on your subconscious because your subconscious is producing or pushing out the world you're experiencing. And it does that by not just what you say to it, but your emotional resonance to what you say. You see what I'm saying? This is what's key. So they get us to emotionally resonate with things that do not serve us. Someone said that Quincy Jones had a whole album called The Dude. Well, what I'm saying is, if you recall in the 80s, that was a surfer's term. That was a predominantly white term. The term dude was predominantly a term used by Caucasians. The term bro was a Caucasian term, right? But there has been a psychological shift that has allowed certain things that we didn't do, mannerisms and languages we didn't use, to now become acceptable. And they've had an effect on our interaction and how our lives have changed. If we look at the violence in our community, all we have to do is look at what we affirm. If we got 80 rappers all telling us about killing and banging, okay, and that life ain't nothing and they need drugs to level themselves out and they're not whole and they're not complete, and this gives you an emotional response and you're moving and shaking and repeating the words, right? Then what you're doing is you're projecting into your own reality these types of situations, because that's where it comes from. And police are also known as cop, which was originally an English word, which was also known as an acronym, which stood for constable on patrol. Was police had to do with policy. They were there to uphold policy. And that's why they're called police. But yeah, that's what I had to say, right?
I got you, good brother. All right. Listen, when you sharp, you sharp. I get out the way. But we're gonna go into this topic right here. Snoop put this information out. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna address it with the people. So Snoop put this on his page yesterday. It's a law that I guess Biden is attempting to get passed. All right, I'm gonna read it to you. Biden is attempting to recreate the 9/4 crime bill. It will put over 1 million black men in prison. We know what that means for us. Please share this with everyone you know, as well as go online to find out about it. They're voting on this in 48 hours. Black people, be aware. Knowledge is key. So that's what Snoop put out yesterday, I believe, 2 days ago.
Well, awareness is key. Your awareness is key.
Yes, sir.
Knowledge is data. That's it.
Mhm.
And once again, as I said, you know, uh, there's no reference of the bill. Once again, remember the psych. I mean, I keep telling you it's all about psychology. They have to pump it in your mind, right? As much fear, as doubt, confusion, and worry and concern, right? They have to,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now he's telling you to go look it up, to go find it, to share it with everyone. Tell everyone they're doing this
Mm-hmm.
2 days before they do it. Has he put together a movement?
Not that I know of.
No, this is not come join me, help me stop this bill. Is it?
Nah.
Look what it says. Read the words. See, there's something everybody should go look up haikus. It's a very powerful method that advertisers use. Wording, right? They know phrasing, and they know that certain wording and phrasing will get you to do certain things. Now, if you just step back and bring your awareness to what's being presented to you, he is someone that is very known and famous. If he put together a movement and a petition to not have this bill voted on, at least 1 million people would sign it.
Facts.
He has assistants and he has publicists and he has people that takes down notes for him. He has a webmaster, someone who gets online for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He has all of these things, yet he's telling you that you need to go share this and you need to do something about it. As if he's excluded from it. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But he has put nothing together. This is what I'm saying. They ride these waves so that they can seem like they are for you. And that way they can continue to sell you their products and make money off of you. They can play it safe enough to seem like they down, but far enough to not ever actually have to be down. So what bill is it? Did he post another one showing the bill? He didn't.
Nah.
Did he give anybody a direction to even go follow it? No. He wants people to put in a random search, which means that that thing has already been set up and tracked already, because I worked in that industry. I did that for a while. Okay. I sold domain spots to companies. And I can tell you how the whole thing works. This is why when you go searching for things, you can't really find what you want. You're only bombarded with advertisement. And it's the same few people, the first few pages. And you go far enough, it'll just loop back around because they're the ones that paid all the money. The search engine is very much designed to who pays to be in what domain spot. You're not getting in a domain spot just from popularity. Then Google wouldn't make any money, right? Because they're giving you everything without, how are they charging you? Like, most people don't know. Ask yourself, a TV show, how to make money? Say something on NBC or CW or something network that you don't really pay for, right? Directly. Right? How do they make money, man?
They make money from the advertisers.
That's right. Some advertisers buy up blocks due to the popularity and the fact that, you know, the time slot. If it's a prime hour and this show has millions of views, then it's going to cost you a lot of money. That's why the Super Bowl always costs the most money for the commercials, and they spend the most money on the commercials because they know they have almost half of America's, or at least a third or a quarter of America's attention, all in that one moment.
I think
So
it's 860,000 for 30 seconds, I believe. Almost $1 million.
I thought it was like 1.2 for 30 seconds.
I think they might have lost, you
They
know.
may, they may have lost, you
Yeah.
know, I'm not sure, but I just know that if you can even any 860 something $1,000 for a 30-second spot, then you need to riddle your commercial with something in it that is definitely impressionable to the psyche.
Correct.
And remember, I told you by law, they can remove 2 frames from every 24 frames and replace them with subliminal advertisement.
Yes, sir.
So no, I don't think that if you work for I don't have to think if you work for the people, because if you work for the people, your work will be evident. You know what I'm saying? I know that, you know, Snoop, I'm not going to talk about Snoop as a person. I don't know him as a person. I believe all people are divinely of God. You see what I'm saying? That's what I believe. So I know that Snoop is a wonderful, great, divine child of God that has much to offer humanity. You see what I'm saying? Is he doing that? That's not up to me to judge. I'm not going to judge if he's doing that. I would look at what has been presented to me and give you my findings on what has been presented. I don't feel like that was an authentic cry to get black people to fight against this bill, because you can easily put a petition together against it. You could bring attention to it. You could have 10 other rappers and 5 other actors behind you right now saying we got to do something about this bill. Just like what do they want to do when they want to have you say no to a bill? Huh? What do? They pump commercials out there.
Mm-hmm.
Vote no against Proposition 42. Do you hear anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
I might have,
Nothing.
hold on. That's what you hear.
Crickets. You know, helping people is not something that it's, remember, everybody thinks like movies, because movies have programmed us and conditioned us in our lives, you know. So when people start thinking of help, they think he's supposed to have some great center or do all these things. No, being good and helping is something that is shown through all your actions. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you telling me that don't mean nothing. It don't mean you want to help the people or do anything for the people. I don't know what you want to do for the people because you never made your intentions clear. I know you like putting out records. I know you like doing shows. I know you have several products and investments and stocks. I know you have a football team and things that you do. You know, is he supposed to be doing more? I don't know. That's up to Snoop to decide. But I don't have to follow any thread he gives me. He is merely just an entertainer. We have to stop taking our cues from people who never told us that they were life coaches. You should be checking SJ for that, not rappers.
And being that you said that, SJ, I need you to put the info out on the chat room so I can highlight that. That was a perfect segue. Salute to you, Talib. Appreciate that.
Well, what she does is necessary and vital. We never was taught how to put our lives together. And when we look at putting our life together, it becomes overwhelming because no one ever gave us a structure. We need people like SJ that can help give us a structure when we release our resistance to having a good life and we are ready to embrace that. Then what happens is we go to people like SJ with the energy and the will and the drive and the determination to make changes. And it opens up doors. And these changes are overnight, immediate, transformative. Do the practice from the beginning of this, back and forth all day with yourself, and watch what amazing things happen for you. Because it ain't about these other people no more. How much more bizarre stuff do we have to see before we start looking at ourselves and saying, well, what can I do in my personal environment? Is anybody in watching this or in the chat or any of that, do you feel like you have everything you want for your life at this point? If not, why is your focus on anyone else? Don't you matter? I'm going to answer that for you. You do matter. You deserve to be happy. You should take actions toward your happiness. The way we take action toward our codependent relationships where you're helping people that do not appreciate your help. That's not their fault. That's something in you you're unwilling to look at and let go of. So if you're doing that right now, can you just allow all of those feelings and sensations and thoughts and sounds that accompany it to just come up? Can you let it be right now? Good. And if you can let it be right now in this moment, just for this moment, could you also just let it go? The best of your ability for right now. Could you let it go? Would you let it go? When will you let it go? The more of this stuff we can let go, the more we can focus in on what we deserve, and we can actually get it. You know? But yeah, that's all I have to say, man, on that.
Nah, that was powerful, good brother. Appreciate that. Salute to the Rec Mob. Salute to everybody tapped in. Like, subscribe. We're gonna open the lines up so y'all can call and ask Talib some questions. All right. I'ma put the number out there. It's in the chat room.
Oh, hey, real quick before you go to that, did you want to bring up the UFO cloud stuff?
Yeah, let's do that real quick. So we're gonna open the lines up. It's 9:53. We open the lines up probably like in 10 minutes or so after Talib builds on this topic right here. I'm about to pull this up real quick. I already got it all lined up. I appreciate that, good brother. Thanks for reminding me. And then
Oh
we'll
yeah,
get the calls.
my mind is a still trap. I tell myself that all the time. Change your affirmation. Start telling yourself that you have perfect vision, perfect sight, perfect memory,
Yes, sir.
perfect health. Every day in every way, you are better, better, and better. Stop highlighting your flaws, giving them life,
Indeed.
and stop justifying them. You got anyway. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
UFO man,
Yeah,
the
pulling that
clouds
up
that
right now. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull that up right now so they can see it on the screen as well as hear the information. All right. So yeah. All right. I might need to pause this. Hold on one second. Let me take this off the screen. Take this off. We done with that. Okay. Boom. All right. Okay. All right. It's on the screen, good brother. So basically people it was people reporting that they saw UFOs in the clouds, and Talib is going to elaborate on that.
Okay, yo, let me just let you all know right now, yo. The Alphabet Boys is in full swing right now when it comes to that stuff. That video is old. I'll tell you that right now. There's several of these videos that are circulating right now that if it wasn't in the ufology community, like really heavily and really deep, then some of these videos you don't know. You don't know if they're old. You might think that some of these things are new, but they're not, right? They've been hiding and covering up these things for a long time. Because remember, okay, as Ron Braun said, their last card they're going to play is the aliens. Okay. And that's definitely coming. But yeah, there are crafts that are hiding in clouds. Yes. 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 A lot of ships hiding in clouds. There's a lot of ships over your head, actually, right? Some cannot be seen due to the resonant frequency that the ship is vibrating at, so you can't see it because that frequency can't be picked up by your eyes. But every now and then, what happens is you have peripheral vision, which is another frequency. So as it flies past your peripheral, you may catch something out the corner of your eye. I'm sure everybody's seen that and just like, oh, that's nothing. See, you've seen them all the time, but they're so fast and it happens so quickly that you're not aware of it. You just brush it off as something that you thought you saw in the sky. But no, they're in the clouds all the time. And yeah, some say that they were spraying the clouds to sort of block out what they was getting ready to do because they got a threat back in the 70s, and they hijacked the U.S. satellite for television, and they broadcasted a signal in the evening doing over a show prime time. This happened in the 70s. This was a real thing, and they were given a warning. The government was given a warning to tell the people, right? Because this is already documented, and some of these documents have already been released that Eisenhower had met with them. Okay, this is also a documented thing. It's not a conspiracy theory. These are documentations now. They're all documented. I don't like to talk about conspiracy theories. They're pointless. Let's go into the stuff that you can actually tangibly get your hands on. This man met with these beings, supposedly. Okay, they wanted to make an exchange. He wanted weapons. They didn't want to give him weapons. Supposedly, they left. They left. Okay, they left. And they went over to Russia, supposedly. Some say, who knows where they went, because they're flying in spaceships and they don't tell people nothing. They're all liars, and I don't see why anything coming from another reality would feel forced to tell you anything true about their intentions. Right? They were warned. They were warned, and they told if they didn't tell the people, they were going to start making noise. This is back in the 70s. They said that they would make noise and people would hear them in the skies, that they would be heard. And if they didn't respond in the time that they gave them, was something like 30 years or something, that they would start making their presence known to the people themselves. So whatever you had happening over the last 3 or 4 years, mysterious booms and weird sounds coming from nowhere. And this is all over the news. So now they got to kick it into gear. All you have to look up is they already have an ambassador to greet the aliens when they come to Earth. If you don't believe, it sounds like a joke or a science fiction film, but this is actual. Just look up extraterrestrial ambassador for Earth. It's a woman. She's an Indian woman. I think she's something like a physicist too. I forget her name, and I don't want to mispronounce her name, so I'd rather not even attempt to give it. I know that if you just look up extraterrestrial ambassador for Earth, she will pop straight up. Right? If it wasn't real, why would we have an extraterrestrial ambassador for Earth who's a physicist? If it wasn't real, why would China spend billions of dollars to build the world's first center to greet extraterrestrial life? If it wasn't real, why is the Vatican prepared to baptize aliens? No, I'm just saying. Just saying. This is a fact. Go look it up. I wish I was.
I mean, look, I'm not disputing it. It just sounds crazy. You know what I mean? Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a fact. Why, if this wasn't real, why are they doing it? Huh? Why does the Vatican own the world's most powerful telescope that only sees in infrared? Would you like to know what they named it?
Yes, sir.
Lucifer.
Oh, wow.
It's here in America. Vatican owns it. Look it up. Matter of fact, the biggest people looking for aliens right now, you might shock you, some of the world's most formidable scientists on the planet Earth are from the Vatican. some of the world's most formidable astrologists, is from the Vatican.
Mm.
Why is that if there are no aliens?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see where I'm going? Like, this is a tactic. It's similar to the tactic in the Sedona method. There's a method in Sedona method where you bring up things that bother you, you feel loss or you feel lack, and then on the flip side, you're going to bring up, can you feel abundant in this moment? Can you feel having everything already? That you are successful right now? Can you see the success where you are right now? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go back to, and this is what they do. They flip-flop us. Right? On one end, they make it ridiculous. On the next end, they tell you it's serious. Then the next end, they turn to make it ridiculous. Next end, they make it serious. Right? I'm telling you, it's all a mind game. You got to ask, what did they get out of certain that they wanted? Because now nobody's talking about it, right? Huh? Now nobody's talking about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Why do you need to pay agent rappers to go out and create confusion when you can just create confused people that you have go out and create confusion? See, when you be calling people agents and saying, "Oh, that's an agent," you go into a movie. You start. Remember, Hollywood's your reference to everything. These things you think about. You don't have your own thoughts on them anymore. You've abandoned your own thoughts and ideals and concepts about these things. You know the truth about it, and you don't need anybody to tell you aliens and reals. If you ask yourself right now, is there anything in this universe other than me? The first thing that comes to your mind is yes. They got us seeking approval. That's it. That's their game. So it's back and forth, back and forth. They do this to the point where you totally confused, and then and you look up one day, it's a part of your life. Here's a prime example of that. Let's do the very first thing you in our generations that is on this line can actually say, "Oh wow, that's true." Do we all remember when they kept telling us Big Brother was coming? Do you remember how they said there's going to be cameras everywhere? Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember every movie that was coming out at that time?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? All talking about the eye in the sky. Do you remember this?
Facts.
Right? Everybody took a side on it. Oh, that's this. It's just Hollywood. That's not real. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen, man. You crazy. I ain't talking to him, man. He's one of the conspiracy people. And now what? They don't have to watch you. You report yourself to them. Do you not? It's called Instagram. It's called social media. You literally tell them everything about you. They have a database on everyone in this chat. You have told them all your likes, all your fears, all your hopes, all your desires. They have everything on you. But remember when it was just a thing in a movie? Huh? Remember when they showed us how the cell phone was going to be around?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Remember people laugh when they show you these movies back in the 90s when they were showing you the computer and the phone, basically what we're holding right now. Remember that?
Yep. I was just building with somebody about all this.
Now look where you are. All that stuff is real, right? Now, for the last 10 to 15 years, what have they been telling you, yo?
Mm-hmm.
Aliens are real. We're not alone. Now they've taken it, because remember, it's all about consciousness, right? And they have to control the flow of consciousness. They can't allow you to be in control of your own consciousness, to be in control of your own awareness. So now they're telling you about a multiverse, right? Everybody's the multiverse. Everything's a multiverse, right?
Correct.
When everybody was worried about that thing that had everybody trapped in the house, it went from that name to all of a sudden they started calling it basically what they was calling Loki, right? Disney got involved somehow, and all of a sudden we got variants.
Crazy.
But that started on a show. They know that this is a conscious universe, so now they have to take control of your mind once again, prepare you, tell you, oh, the universe has multiple, but remember, it's all good with light stuff you can't do, right? All this light magic, right? Am I wrong? The one show that tried to show you ain't all about that is the one everybody's raving across, but they diluted it with so much propaganda that's the one thing people actually missed. And that was Stranger Things. When she was traveling, did she travel with a bunch of light? No, she closed her eyes. You saw her eyes moving back and forth very rapidly. That's called rapid hypnotic induction. Then where does she end up? In the great void of the darkness, right? And then what does she do in that darkness? She thinks about someplace, somewhere she wants to be. And then she starts seeing things come around her, and then she holds on to that. Next thing you know, she's there. That's astral projection. But notice that the way they showed it to you is in no way is there Doctor Strange, magical light flashing around with holes the shape of stars being punched into nothingness for you to magically dance into another world. So naturally, you start thinking, oh, well, even if that's true, I couldn't do it because I don't have the power to punch a hole through time and space. Negating the fact that you're always punching a hole through time and space, and it's called using your imagination. Whenever you create thoughts in your mind, you're literally punching a hole through time and space. So yes, they are real. Yes, they do hide in the clouds. You know? And yeah, they're very, very real. And you'll know, I'm going to be probably the first to tell you this, yo. The sky is going to open. Everything you're looking at, calling the night sky that you think is space, it's not space. You in a bubble. You're in a bubble and layered of more than 13 layers of atmosphere. You have no idea what space looks like. You've been cut off from the whole. But this dome is about to be torn wide open. They know this. They've launched missiles into the dome. They've already conceded. This is a fact. Look it up. NASA will tell you this, that the moon is in the Earth's atmosphere. That's science. Why make up stuff when you can just use the stuff they say is real? They say the Earth atmosphere extends out 300 and something like 38,000 and some odd miles, encapsulating the moon. So, yeah, okay. Now when I feel like the moon is the Death Star that seems to be within our atmosphere, they told you it. They just will not agree with it the way you choose, that the way you want to see it, because the way you want to see it is outside of how they want to present it to you. Which means if you're doing it the way you see it, then you're in control. You are in control of what you're observing, your awareness. But if you feed in and believe what they tell you and follow that, then your awareness is focused on that, and that's what reality will be. And that's science. The Vatican came up with the Big Bang Theory. Well, they stole the Big Bang Theory. The Vatican is responsible for all of the world's collective agreed upon science. You can look that up too. That's another fact. How are they in control of science? Well, then remember, they're the ones that told you there is no hell. Do Don't you see what they're doing? They're rewriting reality. They've been rewriting reality around you for about the last 15 years. They've been completely demoralizing society for about the last 25 years.
Mm.
If church and state was ever separate, why would the church ever tell you who to vote for?
Mm-hmm.
All the answers is right there in our faces. It's not even nothing to look for. The problem is we doubt ourselves because we have resistance to our own greatness. Everybody listening to this is great. You're amazing and wonderful and capable of the most beautiful, amazing things in this world. And you are meant to be a part of the betterment of humanity. Everyone here. The only thing that keeps us from doing what we truly desire is we don't believe we can have it. There is a resistance to it. And if you can allow yourself to feel that right now, can you allow it to come up? Can you allow it to be there? Now, can you allow yourself, even just a little bit, to let it go for now? Would you let it go now? And it's literally that simple. And once we get over that hump of them always giving up something to latch our emotional attention to, then we will stay focused on our own emotional attention. You want your community to be safe and loving and a place that you love to be and to grow. That's what you want. That's what you desire. That's what you can have. You can have that. You can create that for yourself. Every one of us is a representation of the hologram, meaning you're pushing out the entire world from you. I'm pushing out the entire world from me. We collectively agree upon the entire world. But that's all coming from us. The moment we stop agreeing with what they say the narrative is, and we can really embrace our own belief system, our world will push out our belief system. We believe our children cannot be saved. So what does our world push out? We believe that our children are hopeless, that they don't listen to the elders, that they don't care. That's what we believe. That's what we tell ourselves, and that's what we encounter. But have we tried telling ourselves the opposite? Belief system is any ideology you emotionally resonate with. It's knowing something with emotion. Now, on a deeper scale, belief systems is a part of a pyramid, which is a part of what you're calling your identity. So our belief system in an example would be, man, this government is really racist and they don't like black people. That's a belief system. That's something you know that you have emotional resonance with. .440 hertz is the hertz that Adolf Hitler tuned music to. He's directly responsible for the 440 hertz. But if you want to get up there, it should be in the 532, and then you have stuff that's resonating even higher than that. Like frequency-wise, you can go up pretty high, and those resonant frequencies will cause a perception of cycles in between your brain and the fluid in your brain. And that fluid in your brain is what maintains the vibrational rhythm of your brain. That was that. I was answering somebody's question.
Got you. So listen up, people. We're going to open up the lines so y'all can ask questions. You know, Talib going to answer all your questions. And we're going to do that right about now. The lines is open. Call up. 310-598-2974. And all we ask is please don't be long-winded because other people do want to get their chance to ask the brother what they want to ask him. All right? So on that note, let's do this. Hold on. I think somebody might have texted. Let me see. Y'all can also ask your questions in the chat. Okay, here we go. Peace. Peace.
Yes.
Yes, you live, good brother.
Oh, I'm live right now. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So you said you were going to open up the line for questions?
Yes, you live. Yes. The first caller.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Okay. So what's up with the, President Biden coming out with 2 videos in the same day where it doesn't look like them? It doesn't even look like the same guy.
Well, there was also a video that came out recently that surfaced where he walked up to the microphone to speak to people and get on a plane. And it was clearly staged because I'm an editor, and you could see that you could still see the chroma keying was poorly done. They poorly feathered the edges of the line. They didn't take the time to key it properly. So you could see greens along the edges pretty much. The top of his head completely disappeared, which tells you they used the mask. That's very obvious. And so, yeah, he's not. I don't think that, well, we know that they use doubles. That's a fact, right? Remember, they've been doing that remember, they caught Saddam Hussein's double. Uh-huh.
I don't recall that, but I mean, that makes sense.
And they killed him. That's how they caught Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, I think they've gotten rid of a lot of clones like that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? They use doubles on them, right? Especially when, they're deteriorating. Notice this, every president that has came into the White House in the last, say, 20 years has aged by 50 years by the end of their term.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty obvious at this point.
Right. It is. It's very obvious at this point because here's the thing: when you got the press, the press secretary, talking about conspiracy theories, what's going on? When they're literally changing the definition of things and going, I don't know what you mean. That's always been the definition, like the definition of a recession.
Right. Yeah.
Which is like in Harvard's business dictionary, right? This is because it's not about what they're saying. It's about the signal they're beaming at you, right? You're not paying attention to what they're saying. You are being hypnotized and put into a suggestible state. This is why people who are not being hypnotized by a lot of media, notice there's a whole culture right now of people who watch films that are outraged by the quality of films that's come out. They're like, what are you doing? This doesn't make sense,
Yeah, Hollywood has seemed to have been absent for a little while now.
Well, because they never ended the writer's strike. And that's what a lot of people don't know. Listen, I'm a part of Yahtzee, and I've been in the film business, for up until, they had us all locked in the house. I was in the film business for at least 15 years. I've been on over 200 shows and 20 some odd films.
Yeah. And
I know. And I can tell you that, the thing is, there's a big gap between a film being made and edited and put out. Nobody making the film has to be involved with the second parts of those processes, right? People like to believe that this is all happening on set and all these people are involved. Did you know that they passed a law that, they have to hire a certain number of diverse people and they have to hire a certain number of locals wherever they go? So on average, there's about 600 to 1,200 people that work on a movie. You really believe they're all involved? They're not.
No.
They can't be. They're like you and me. They go to work. They're working 16 hours a day. They're told what to do, right? The art department has no idea, okay, what the grips are doing. The grips may know what the lighting's doing because grip and lighting works hand in hand, but they don't have no idea what art department is doing, and they don't care to know unless it involves something they have to do for their job. It's like being in the military. Being on a set is like being in the military. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing, but everybody is structured to do their job. In a way, it doesn't require them to know anyone else's job other than their own. This is how you keep informations and secrets and all kind of things from ever reaching the public, because no one ever actually knows the whole story. I can't tell you how many movies you watched that was reshot, that was re-edited. Let me tell you, when you watch a movie, you're only watching about 7% of what they actually shot. They'll tell you 90% of a movie is on the cutting room floor. You know how many stories you can tell with one movie? Many, countless, depending on how you edit it, depending on what music you put behind it, depending on how you choose to transition from scene to scene. These are all the elements that they use psychologically to tamper with us when it comes to making films. And as I said, by law, they can remove 2 frames from every 24 frames and replace it with propaganda and subliminal messages.
Yeah, that the the mind control thing is very real. I know that. What's going on? What do you think is going on with CERN?
Oh, well, as I was saying, like, hello?
I don't know. I think we might have lost him, but he can still hear you because he's listening to it in his car.
Oh,
So
I was, I sort of expressed what I was saying about CERN. If you want to get into the technical aspect of CERN, CERN is a machine that is being turned on to break holes into reality and to gather antimatter, because it's a very explosive, dangerous source of energy that's limitless. Although they could use magnets and toroidal fields generated from magnets and putting magnets together and create cold fusion. Cold fusion is fusion that does not get hot or needs to create any kind of energy or heat in order to produce energy, right? So that's why they say cold fusion is impossible, because you need something to explode or some sort of entropy to occur in order for it to be exchange of energy. But as we know, magnets do not need to charge. They sort of pull energy from the universe. And when you put a bunch of them together, they create toroidal fields. And those toroidal fields is endless amounts of energy that never go away. So.
peace. State your name, where you calling from, keep it clean, and please don't be long-winded. Let's get it.
What's up? This is Slick from Jersey. My question is, why we as black men, black leaders can't stop the agenda that they pushing on our kids, that they pushing on black boys through the music, whether it's the alphabet people and all that? Why can't we do something about it? Why can't we come together? Why is it so hard for black people to come together to stand for something?
Because that's the story of black people, right? Listen to what you've just done. You just told yourself a story.
But we got to break the cycle. Somebody,
Well, this is how we break the cycle. What do you want? What kind of outcome do you want for black people? Can you envision the type of true American Indian people you like us to be? Do you have a vision?
I do have a vision, but it's like
share that vision with me. This is what I'm saying. Let me tell you something. You trying to solve a problem is just preparing to deal with it again. We don't want to solve this problem. We don't want this problem. And you can let it go.
So we supposed to just go with the flow?
No. What we need to do is generate our own flow. How do we generate our own flow? We're not going to generate our own flow by focusing on the flow that exists. We must begin to generate a flow.
True.
Okay?
But
And it starts individual.
you don't need a.
What we have to learn to do is learn to release that which holds us up. And allow your natal, true spirit self already has answers for you. It already has all the answers. You're jamming up the answers with, human logic, trying to figure it out. And I'm telling you, it sounds counterintuitive. It is. It isn't though, and it costs you nothing to try it, but try releasing it. So in this moment, can you allow all the feelings and sensations and thoughts that accompany that with you? Can you let those feelings just come up and be right now? Will you allow yourself to feel them? It's okay to answer.
Yeah, I said absolutely.
Okay, good. Right? That's good. And in this moment, just for now, just in this moment right now, could you let it go? Could you just let it fall? Could you let it free? Can you release it?
Yeah.
Would you release it?
I'm willing to try anything at the end of the day because the same thing I've been doing, I haven't been working, and
When would you release it?
cycle over and over. So
Here, listen, just when would you release it? You willing to release it now? Good. Now, those remaining feelings about that, let them come up. Were you willing to just what's left behind? Were you willing to feel it right now? Will you let it be? Can you let it in?
yeah.
Whatever feelings are there, whatever comes up with it, can you just let it all come up? All the sensations, the pictures, the sounds. Can you let it come up right now and just be? Will you do that? Will you allow yourself to do that? It's okay to answer. Are you still there? I don't know if anyone can hear me. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah,
here.
he's still here. We can hear you.
Okay, I'm asking, can you allow yourself to feel that right now? Just let those feelings come up, everything that's associated with you in your mind. Can you allow yourself to feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, now, with as much as you can in this moment, will you allow yourself to let it go?
Yeah.
Could you allow it? Could you allow yourself to let it go?
Yes, you can. Yes, I can.
Okay, and when will you allow it?
Now.
All right. How do you feel now?
Still the same, pretty much.
That's good. That's okay. You just go through it again. Let those feelings, but you have to allow those feelings to come up. Let all that frustration and irritation about the situation come up. Allow yourself to feel it. Can you do that right now?
Yeah, I could do that. But my question is, why are we allowing what they pushing on us when
I'm trying to get you to see it. Us is you, right? There is no us without me, you, the Rec mob, your neighbors, your friends, your family. Us is you, correct?
correct?
Okay, so it starts with what? Who?
Me.
Okay, now, if you can't let it go, how can you expect anyone else to? If you can't free yourself from the glue that's keeping you held up, I'm telling you, this is reverse psychology here. It's super easy. All you have to do is let yourself feel it. And then you do is tell yourself you're willing to let it go. And watch what happens. All the things that you've been trying to get together, that you've been trying to manifest, that you want to do in your life, whatever job, relationship, watch how it all starts falling into place. It is your resistance to these things that persist them. Watch how when you begin to let it go, you're going to go outside in your neighborhood. And when you decide to hang out there, watch the difference you make without trying. Because it's already done. This is the secret. This is what they know that we don't know. This is why they smile at you. They laugh at you and then they get what they want. This is the basis of your psychology. If you don't know how to use your mind, the greatest tool that you have in this world, how are you going to get what you want? How are you going to create the world the way you want it? You've already tried it the other way. I'm sure you have a lifetime, my friend, of running out here doing it the way people said to do it. I'm sure you have a lifetime of that. I'm just offering another way. Doesn't cost you anything. Try it. See what happens.
Thank you.
I appreciate you calling, good brother.
Hold on, wait.
All right, man.
Would you like to try right now?
Sure.
So in this moment right now, can you allow yourself to feel in the frustrations that you are feeling toward this situation? Can you allow whatever images, sounds, and thoughts that might accompany it?
Yeah.
Now, that's great. You're allowing yourself to feel it. Now, I'm going to ask you this, and just to the degree in which you are comfortable, can you let it go? Could you, in this moment, just release it?
Yes, I can.
Would you release it?
Yes, I can.
When will you release it?
Right now.
Okay. How do you feel? I can tell you feel different by your pause. And it's shocking you a little bit that it works so effortlessly. But I promise you, my friend, if you just start doing this with everything that comes up in your life that bothers you, you're going to have dramatic changes that better you. And when your life is better, all those around you, life gets better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was it, brother. You have a wonderful evening.
You do the same too, man. Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
We've been so conditioned to accepting our problems. We've been very conditioned to this, that we feel like it is affecting us, that we are sacrificed. We don't feel like if you have the money, right? You feel like if I have the money, I can't be a good person, right? I can't be a holier than thou person if I have the money, because money is evil or money's connected to something negative in your mind. But then on the flip side, you go, if I'm a good person, you tell yourself, I can't be rich. I can't have all the things I want. This is not true.
Correct.
That's it. Go ahead, man. My apologies.
I got you. Wiz is trying to call. So I'm gonna call Wiz back. Let me see what he
Yes,
talking.
please let Wiz on, man. I love
All
to
right.
speak to the point.
Hello.
Peace, Wiz. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, M.Reck?
Everything good, man. You was trying to call, right?
Yeah, I tried to call up earlier. I think you got your guy Talib on, right?
Yeah, got Talib on. Yeah.
All right, cool. Is he on the line now?
Yes, sir.
Peace, good brother. How are you today, my friend?
Hey, what's going on, Talib?
All things and
I
everything,
call to
man.
kind of back him up because sometimes what he be saying, they haven't caught up to what he's saying. But I'm gonna validate certain things that he did say. He was talking about, I think he was talking about Wednesday. If she really wanted to see her children, that's one way to see it. He was using the placebo effect. Whatever you believe is real. Now, a quicker way to do it is if you have the dream realm. You can go to sleep and just manifest, especially if you have a lucid dream. You can actually see it. I didn't pull up all type of things in that dimension. True. Well, that's what I was about to tell you about. Matter of fact, I got her right here. Come here. Serene, come here. No, we on the show now. I told them a story about you. What? Remember I told you about what happened as far as me snatching the demon out of you? They're on here now. So if you tell them what you seen from me as far as things that's just supernatural, as far as moving things, me not moving, things like that. You want to tell them? Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, you live.
Hello, yes. Well, there was one time that I actually came over to see Eric. I don't know, you guys may know him at Wisdom. My apologies, Wisdom. And we were sitting down, listening to music, just having a good time. One of his other friends were actually here as well. And while we were listening to music, I noticed that every time he would get up, the music would stop. I just kind of just didn't really pay attention to it. And then every time he would go towards the stereo, the music would start again. Every time he would move, the music would stop. And he looked at me and he looked at his other friend who was here at the time. And he says that his vibration and his frequency was so high that he can control the music with his mind. And I didn't believe him. And he actually, right in front of my eyes, did exactly what he said. Every time he would go near the stereo, the music would literally come on. And then when he would move away, the music would stop. And at one point I thought, well, maybe it's just, I was in denial. I said, well, maybe he's just doing something behind the scenes. I said, I just didn't want to believe it. So then he sat there for a minute and kind of meditated. And he says, I can literally change the entire channel with my mind. And I said, no, you can't. I don't believe you. And as he was sitting there for about maybe 10, 15 minutes, the channel changed. And he did that literally with like his mind. And I'm telling you, because I was like here when it happened. So I'm like a witness to everything that happened. It was a little strange. His frequency was very high that day. So maybe that could be why, but I definitely was a witness to it. His other friend that was here is not here at the moment, but she was also another witness to the situation. But he definitely has, like, I'll say supernatural powers. And that's why I like coming over here, because I've been learning a lot from him, and been gaining a lot of knowledge from him. So he's definitely a good person to listen to and take advice from. So that's just me. He wanted me to come in here and talk to you guys about it. So I just wanted to let you guys know that he's definitely someone you want to listen to and get advice from. Yeah. And that's it.
Appreciate that. That's powerful. Salute the Wiz.
Right. Appreciate that. But yeah, I was trying to tell y'all, I got receipts. I got the whole cash register. And I haven't even told y'all all my powers. He just told y'all another one of mine, to where I told y'all I can disappear, all type of stuff. And for the lower vibrational peoples in the third dimension, they're not going to understand it. It's okay. We have to wait for them to catch up. That's the reason why I told you that one time I got to wait for them to catch up before I start telling y'all what I know. Is Khalid still on here?
Yes, I am, brother. I'm here.
Okay. Do you know what's beyond the firmament?
It's an electric plasmic ocean.
You said what now?
It's an electric plasmic ocean.
Yeah, basically. Well, I'm going to tell you parts that you might not know about, but it is an electric plasmic ocean. That's the layer that you have to get through to get from the dimension of light to here. Now, they told you about heaven, and when you think about heaven, you think about white lights. Beyond that electric plasmic ocean, we use your words on that. Guess what's beyond that?
Please share.
Okay, it's nothing but a dimension of light. That's all it is. And you have light beings up there, all type of stuff. They operate on a dimension that we're not on. We're at like the lowest dimension. This is the dimension of density. But once you get up there, you become a light being. And that's what the all-seeing eye, which I didn't tell you about, which is the sun that's peeking through that dimension, looking at you now. Or the sun is always out. You just can't see it, depending on where you're at. But yeah, if they craft through that firmament, I already told y'all last show what would happen, you know. But that is a light dimension, period. And you have beings like us there, and that's just that. There's another thing I wanted to see if you could answer.
Well, I would like to respond to what you just said.
What question, do you have a question? Let me see if I can answer it.
Do I have a question in particular? No, not really. You know, I understand.
Figure out. No.
No, not at. Well, my work is more delved into the mind and psychology and things to more on that front.
My fact, I'm gonna stop you right there if you don't mind. I'm gonna tap on to something that you said. You was talking about basically, to put it simple, whatever the world as you want to see, you be that. So once you become God consciousness, act like one. And I'm gonna give you an example. Like when I see a homeless person or whatever, I pull over and I go out my way to help them, because you never know what situation they've been through, good or bad. It don't matter what they're gonna use the money for. I did my part as far as being an enlightened being or a God of light, period. And my first question when I had woke up, I asked God, because they tell you not to ask God no questions. Forget that. That's almost like telling your child not to ask you no questions. So we're supposed to be sons of God. I asked questions. And I said, why? I said, who are you? That was my first question. And then at the end of the day, I was looking at the man in the mirror. It showed me that, okay, it's you. I didn't bite on it at first because I'm like, well, damn, they told us that God is outside of you at first. But then I realized, I said, okay. And one day I was driving and I seen a lady with two daughters on the side of the road and nobody else stopped. It was like at least 5 cars in front of me. And something told me not to put all my money inside the bank that day and to keep a certain amount of cash, which I did. And I ran across her and I was looking at everybody else just passing her by. I couldn't do that. I gave her the cash that I had and gave her a hug. She started crying and everything. And I said, it's going to be okay. I gave her confirmation. Use your law of attraction. That's what you was talking about a minute ago. Use your law of attraction and believe in yourself. And then after that, I got so heartbroken because I got a daughter myself. And it took me 30 minutes to go back to work because I was crying. I was mad. I got so angry at God to where I questioned God. I said, God, why? Why didn't you help her? And it wasn't a physical voice, but I heard a telepathic voice saying, I didn't have to, you did. And that's when I started to link into like, well, damn, you telling me I'm a God too? And the voice in the head said, yes. So I was like, okay. So not only do I try to speak to people in a God consciousness, but you have to act that way. It's to the point now, I don't even want to kill a bug. It's just like,
Okay.
that's an extension. Go ahead.
I respect. No, I was just responding. I just wanted to let you know I was listening. I don't mind listening to what you have to say. I respect what you have to say, so I gave you my undivided attention, but I just wanted you to be aware that I was still listening.
Got you. But yeah, that's when I realized that God, which is a higher dimension of us, and sometimes it's part of you, had told me that you God. And I was asking God, like, why didn't you help her? And God told me that you did. I didn't have to, you did. So God was basically telling me that you part God too. So that's when I started to realize, like, hey, go ahead.
When you start to realize the God complex, you begin to lose separation, right? There's no separation. You don't see a homeless person. You saw a woman in need. Not a homeless person. You do not identify them by their status. If I identify them by their status, you are inadvertently acknowledging your own status. Secondly, we are all gods here. Every part of our life has perfectly been designed within a sector to have experience brought by your awareness. To every person in every situation they may find themselves in trueness, I never can help anyone. All I do is remind you that you can help yourself, that you are God too. And it is your belief and what you are telling yourself to why you are experiencing what you're experiencing. That's the key pivotal. See, also, I found outside of that, because when I describe the place that's an electric plasmic ocean, it's because I was taken there. And I was there outside of my body, and I went there surrounded by 13 orbs, which told me the key to all of your suffering is identity. Let your identity go. Then they told me the way to heaven is through the water. Then they took me through a dimensional portal down to a planet full of water, down through the water, into a gate, which brought me back to myself. Beyond light is the all. See, there is no light beyond there because in the beginning, light was spoken into existence. It is the tapestry of infinity. Beyond that, there's no need for light. There is just being. There are no light beings over there. There is only awareness and consciousness. A consciousness that is so divine, a connection that is to everything, that you just become a part of peace. And until you decide to take a form and contribute to the experience of affinity, that is where you will lie, if you choose to opt out of the world of light.
That's true. And the thing is, it's all layered. Right now, we're on the third dimension. This is the third layer. Then you have a layer of consciousness. You have a layer of light, however you want to put it, in whatever order you want to put it in. The lightest particle that we know of is called a light photon. Are you aware of that?
Well, yeah, but remember, a light photon is a particle. Particles are the key and basis of everything, but particles aren't light. And when they are not observed, they are everywhere. They are everything and nothing. Until observed, and then by the observer, given a purpose, do they take any form? They are formless, shapeless. They do not give light. They do not take light. They are only waiting to be for the observer. The observer is known as God. That is I am. That is what you identify as. I am. This is why we are God. But we are God as one, dividing ourselves into the many to have experiences with ourself.
I'll break that down for you. I hate to cut you off. It's called the universal consciousness. The universal consciousness is everything that's in existence. Rock form, it comes in a blade of grass, it comes in animal form, all the way up to human to aliens. I already know about
you're producing that. Each individual produces that. See, your awareness is what says a rock is a rock. It is your awareness. It has nothing until you give it awareness and give it an identity. And until you do such things, it does not exist for you. You will not interact with it. It will not interact with you. And you will have no knowledge of its being, because your world only consists of your awareness. That is our true divine power. And all I am here to share is with the people on how to take control of their own awareness so they can actually manifest, because we are truly jammed up with resistance and belief.
Right there. You're exactly right. I can read minds. I already know what you're about to say. And you're right about that. I'm going to go back into what you was telling Wednesday, to where, hey, if you believe this, you can achieve it. That's true. That's half of it. That's where it comes to the physical form. But I was going to tell her, if she's on here, you can actually do it through the cosmos, through your mental form, to where if she have dreams, she can actually see her children through the dreams. I'm telling you.
Well, how we use our dream power is because what you're asking someone is to take control of an unconscious act that they're not aware they can take control of without any type of guidance. And actually, I did provide her with that. What I told her to was to enter into a state kin to sleep. It's called sax. And actually, what it is the moment before you fall asleep. As you're laying there and you're thinking, you drift with your thoughts and you fall asleep. This is when you are in an alpha state and your subconscious is impressionable. I told her to create a 30-second clip in her mind because her visual mind is very powerful, especially at this time that she cannot see. And what she heavily relies on is the power of her imagination. To create a 30-second clip in her mind in which she saw her grandchildren and she interact with them, and they were telling her how much they loved her, and she was telling them how much they loved her. And to add in tactile sensory, the way they smell, the air, everything you can bring into it. And then once you created that 30-second clip from the first person, to bring emotion into it, you should begin to feel as if it's done. Once you do that, you play that clip over and over again until you fall asleep, and it will happen. But that's also known as a Neville Garter technique.
You talking about REM sleep?
No, REM sleep is what everyone enters into when you go into deep sleep. It's called that REM is rapid eye movement. But a state kin to sleep is when you're laying there and you're starting to drift off. You might be thinking about where the day was or how this didn't work or whatever you might be thinking of. You're actually entering into a state kin to sleep, into an alpha state. At that point, you are highly suggestible, meaning you have the ability to interact and impress the subconscious. You impress the subconscious through imagery and emotion. So to create a 30-second clip from the person perspective from it and not of it allows and to grab the emotion of it and fall asleep with it impresses the subconscious, and you're able to manifest that within, some people can do it in a short time depending on how much resistance they have. But other than that, it always will happen, because that is the power of the subconscious. The subconscious is pushing out the world we're experiencing from our belief systems.
Okay. Yeah, your subconscious is like the controller. It's almost like playing Call of Duty and you the one controlling the controller. Now, as far as energy, it's always energy in motion. Now, what you can barrel that down to is inner chi, not energy, inner chi. Chi is the power what is within you. You know that, right?
I've been a practitioner of Qigong for over 20 years.
Let me interject, fellas. Hold on. Yo, Wiz, you know this is not a competition, right?
No, we're not. I don't feel like we're competing. I'm answering his question.
No. Talib, no. I got it. No, because even the people in the chat room, they acknowledging that, Wiz is trying to challenge you. And I see it also. But Wiz, you don't have to challenge this, man. Y'all can build.
No, I'm not. I'm not challenging him. Actually, we're having a good dialogue. If ask him, he'll agree.
Yeah, but it's coming off like a challenge. Like, you know what I mean? You can't question it. Like, if you're gonna ask him something, don't say, do you know about this? You know what I'm saying? Just ask him a question. Because when you say that, you challenging him. You like, oh, okay, I bet he don't know this. Once you say, yeah, that's how it comes off.
No, you're catching it wrong, and I don't know.
I mean, look at the chat room.
Okay, if I may speak if I may say something on all of our behalf, if you don't mind, even in the chat, I understand how it is coming across that way because of the tonality and the nature of the information that's being exchanged. But in actuality, what is occurring is we're only having a wonderful conversation about information one each other knows and how far we've actually gone into that information. So it's a part of growth and development, and it isn't any negativity, and no one's arguing or throwing shots at one another. But every piece of information that's coming out is very vital and necessary for the people. So we are both staying in a professional, caring, loving position. And I know that I can speak for me, right? I'm here to spread a message of love and that we can save ourselves. And here are some techniques, and no one should be charging you for it, right? And that's all that really matters to me. And I opened up the line for talks, right? And Wiz is someone who the people has also got a lot of information from, and therefore, we're finding a grounds with each other in which we can convey our information together, and maybe even in the future work together with sharing this information to people. But there has to be some level of dialogue that occurs that allows us to discover temperament, to discover the range, and also to discover what works and what is best in translating what we just want to share. That's it. That it's just about sharing. And that's all I have to say.
Nah, definitely.
All right. Can I interject right quick, Rick?
Yeah, go ahead.
What he just said is exactly right. From the outside looking in, it might seem like a battle, but it's not. It's just an exchange of information. He's the only guy, and I gave him props before, and I'm going to do it again. He's the only guy who can actually, who have the knowledge that I have. And sometimes he could put it out in a better way to y'all, because I'll be expecting y'all to be on God mode, which I know a lot of people aren't. But we're just exchanging information. That's it. There's no argument. It's none of that, because I respect that man. And that's just how it goes. He respect me too. And we exchanged information, and some of the information that he got from me, he twisted it in a way to where he can explain to y'all better, and vice versa. That's all it is. It's nothing but an exchange of information. So whoever's in the chat, they're on the third dimension. I don't care about the humans. So you,
I like
whoever,
to say that I do care about it. I care about everyone here. Everyone here is
Well,
on a development of growth. And I like to say everyone here is on God mode in their own divine right and in their own divine path. And I am not here to judge anyone's path. And I am not here to make anyone feel shame for what I might feel they don't know. I know that everyone secretly deep inside knows everything that I know. And they have been questioning themselves about accepting what they know. The last caller that called before you, I want people to know that he did get it. He got it so much that it made him pause and feel like he had some things he needed to address. And now he had something he could try it with. That was a wonderful thing. Isn't that what we're here to do?
correct.
you're
To
right.
help each other?
Let me word that right quick.
Well, let me
Khalid.
interject real quick, fellas. Wednesday, she was trying to call, so I do want to get her on the line,
Okay.
real quick. So, Wiz, let me get Wednesday on the
I'm gonna get
line.
off. I'm gonna
And
get off, but let me say this
mhm.
before I get off. He's right. I do care about humanity. I really do. But at the same time, it's like for the negative people who don't believe, like when people call up with their stories and people be acting like they crazy, they're not crazy. Really, we look at y'all like y'all crazy for not knowing. So go ahead and get her up, and I'll continue to listen. Shout out to Khalid. I'll talk to you later, bro.
All
Yes,
right,
sir. Have a wonderful evening, brother. And it was good
peace,
catching up with you.
brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me call Wednesday. Talib, you there, right?
Oh, yeah. I think about Wednesday every day.
That's call. Wednesday. Pick up the phone. I'm calling you now.
Hello.
Wednesday, how you doing?
How you doing, M.Reck?
I'm
How you doing,
good.
Talib?
Wednesday! How are you?
I was so excited to get because somebody told me to put on. It was on. I was like, no, it's supposed to be on Tuesday. You guys. Oh my gosh. Very interesting. Very interesting. I want to thank you, Talib and M.Reck and everybody for your prayers and energy.
You're welcome.
It's really helped a whole lot. I just want to tell you guys that.
That's
That's
wonderful.
that's amazing.
Yeah, because I didn't tell you guys that when I got out of the hospital, when I was even talking to you guys, I was using a wheelchair to get around outside. You know what I mean? And in that week, even the next day, I woke up like with lights. I could just see like bright lights in my face. I was like, oh my God, where's all this light coming from? The window, I mean, where's all this light come from? And they're like, no, it's like the sun's outside, but no. I was like, nobody has a flashlight in my face? Like, no. I'm like, wow, I can see light.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And then I started walking. I'm in outpatient rehab, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for
Wow. Hold on. Let me give you a round of applause. Hold on.
Oh,
That's
oh, for you,
amazing.
thank you guys.
That's amazing. Hold on. I think I got the applause here. Let me make sure. Where's it at? Oh no, that's not it.
oh, thank you, Wednesday.
Oh no, thank you guys. And what Will was talking about with the dreams, I do that. I do. I see in my dreams. I see my kids. I see my family. I see the birds, the trees, everything, animals,
Hmm.
and I do see I believe future grandchildren or future people who are going to be here. So yes, I do go through that. Thank you too, Wiz.
Uh-huh. See?
Yes.
Woo, what a beauty. This is the best show.
Yes. Amazing.
Because you had a caller before when I called named Jerome, and he told me to get organic honey and garlic cloves, and I got the ginger, the talk you talked about to live, but nobody told me
Hmm.
what to do with it.
Oh, the ginger, what you're going to do with the ginger is you're going to skin it and cut it into like potatoes. You skin it and cut it into pieces. Okay.
Hmm.
You're going to take a gallon of water and you're going to put a gallon of water into a pot. You're going to put all those pieces of ginger. And what you want to do is you want to get like 6 to 7 nice big pieces and cut them up nice and small because you want it to be good and strong. Right. And then you're going to put that in the pot and you're going to boil that, right, for about 2 hours. You're going to bring it to a boil and let the water come down about maybe a third of the way. Then you're going to add you're going to add like a half gallon more water. Then you're going to turn it down low and bring it to a simmer. Bring it, and you'll know when it starts to simmer and boil, it's ready. And then you just start drinking it. And from there, you could put it in a container and put it in your refrigerator and just drink on it throughout the day. And you can take that pure honey and you can put it in the ginger.
Oh, okay,
There
okay,
you go.
okay. Yeah, I've been listening to you guys, so I said, nobody told me what to do. Well, thank you, Talib. I love hearing you. Oh my gosh, I just love you, Talib. I love you so much, and I love you too, M.Reck. I love the
Love
whole
is love.
M.Reck
Thank you.
squad. I love the
Thank you. We
family.
love you too, Wednesday. Love is love.
SJ and what's her name? Gina Rose, the singer
Yeah,
who was singing
yeah.
Happy Birthday. She has a
Yes.
beautiful voice. I
Yes,
can't wait to hear
incredible.
her theme song for scary
On Spooky Hours.
Stories.
Yep. Shouts to Gina Rose, SJ. SJ got the life coaching show coming soon.
Queen, yes.
Queen SJ, and then Gina Rose, she got the Spooky Hours anthem, and then me and Talib behind the scenes is working on some music too. We it's a lot going on, and some movies, movies and TV shows.
Yeah, I know he's the movie guy. Yeah, I guess a musician too.
yes. So it's a lot going on. Everybody has incredible talents, and we're just building. We all coming together to build for one common cause. You know.
Yes.
So appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know we're gonna get another call. I knew this call was coming, and I'm so thankful. Now I'm like, yes, I'm ready for the next call.
You ready for the next call? Okay.
Ready for the next call. I'm ready for the next call. It's coming too, sooner than you think. It's going to be so much faster than you realize.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. 'Cause I mean,
you're welcome, Wednesday.
It's been amazing. And like I said, like today, my daughter had something, and I go, "Hey, was that yellow?" And she's like, "Yeah, you can see that." I said, "Yeah, like a glimpse of it. Yeah, you know."
That's what it's coming back, and all you got to do is let go the resistance to it. Don't start doubting yourself. Don't let there's no bad day.
Right. No bad days.
No bad days. There's no bad days. Okay? There are no bad days. Or every day is another day you get to be a part of.
The experience.
There you go. And these new practices I was given, if you just do the question on yourself, whenever doubt comes up, you ask yourself, can you allow yourself to feel it? Can you allow all the sensations and the pictures and everything that come with it? Can you allow it yourself to feel it? And when you feel it, you ask yourself, can I just let this go for right now? Even a little bit. Can I let this go?
Yeah.
There you go. Now, could you let it go?
I'm trying to.
There you go. When?
I'm trying to do it now.
There you go. Now how do you feel? You felt that?
It's a little scary. You know what I mean? It's just because I've been like this for so long. It's
okay. So
scary,
can you let that fear right now? Can you let those fear? Can you let those fear, that emotion, all of that accompanies it? Can you allow it to come in right now? There you go. Can you let it in? Now dig a little deeper, and I want you to tell me which words do you feel this feeling is best associated with? Approval, control, security, separation, or oneness? Just one. Which one comes to mind first?
Control.
And in this moment, can you allow yourself to just let that go? Just a little, just for now.
Yeah.
Now, let yourself feel any accompanying emotion that's still behind it, whatever pictures and images are coming up right now. Allow yourself to feel it. Can you allow yourself to feel it? Good. Now, just dig a little deeper under there. It's right there, right? Just a little deeper. And what would you feel it is associated with? Approval, control, security, separation, or oneness?
Oneness.
Good. And in this moment, just right now, can you let it go?
Yeah.
Good. How do you feel?
I feel good. I do feel good.
Okay. And that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you, I'll have him put a link in the description at some point for the Sedona method. Somebody could just write down the Sedona method, SEDONA, and put that in the chat and go look it up. Go Google it. But if you want free, it's for 30 years old. Somebody's posted all the videos from the audio book already. This is free. All the stuff you need to save yourself is free. It doesn't cost a dime. Anyone telling you different, they haven't saved themselves.
Sedona. Okay.
Yeah, feel good though, right? Wednesday.
Yeah. Talib. Talib, I'm to ask you, what kind of dog do you have?
A miniature schnauzer and a Yorkie.
Oh.
Yeah, I have comfort dogs. I have guns for everything else legally, though. I won't use animals to defend myself.
I thank you guys. Oh, I gotta ask M.Reck,
Welcome.
is this Heavy Jim's gonna be on Friday or is it gonna be on Tuesday?
Well, no, Tuesday is the actual day for the show, but I had a lot going on. Like I was celebrating China Black birthday this whole week and stuff like that. So
happy birthday, Queen.
yeah, happy birthday to the Queen China Black. She's celebrating, all month. But so that was on me. Talib was ready every day.
Every minute.
it just it's a lot going on with me. It's a big in things, like literally. So definitely Tuesday. This was like a special show. I felt like the people needed it. So I hit up Talib and I asked this brother, gracefully, like, are you available? And he was like, yeah. And here we are on Friday, giving people heavy gems. So, but heavy gems could vary. It could be on Tuesday, it could be on Wednesday, Thursday. Now, because sometimes it's information that comes out, or information been out there, but sometimes it comes to the forefront, and I may have to live, address it or elaborate on it. So, heavy gems can be any day. That's why, I know your situation is hard because you physically can't see the actual flyers. So that's why I put the flyers in the community. So what you can do, you have a son, right? Correct?
Oh yeah, I was and
Okay.
and I have like 3 sons and 2 daughters. Yeah.
All right. So you can have them monitor the community so they can tell you, in advance if a heavy gym show is going to be aired on a different day than Tuesday.
Can I make a little suggestion? Can you save her number and we just let her know?
Oh yeah. Or I could just text you or call you. Yes. If you matter of fact, I'll call you. We can call you.
Okay. No problem.
We could just
We'll
call
let you know Wednesday.
Oh yeah, because I'll be looking out. I always be looking out. I will always be on M.Reck stuff. Like his here comes M.Reck. Here's M.Reck show.
I appreciate that.
Because you had a thing on over the weekend about the pastor who got robbed in church.
Yeah. I think his name is Bishop Whitehead.
Yeah.
Lamont Whitehead, and it's a lot going on with him. There's a lot of controversy, and I'm hearing he took $90K from one of his followers.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Allegedly, I'm gonna just say allegedly because But
yeah, because I saw him on one episode. He was talking to another pastor, and he called the lady Piggy and called him the F word gay. And I was like, oh man, this is some serious stuff going on here.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with that character,
Yes.
God bless him.
I kept saying, what is Cuban Links? what's the Cuban links? I know the rapper Cuban Link, but what's the Cuban links?
Yeah, it's an
They're
actual
like, it's a necklace.
chain.
Or,
It's an actual gold chain.
yeah, I didn't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
about that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, I got it now.
yeah, yeah.
But I appreciate you guys. You guys
Not a
just don't
problem.
know.
We appreciate you
It's
even more.
a life changing experience, and it's all love.
You're
Love is
welcome.
love.
Love is
And
love.
I am
That's
going to catch SJ on her stuff too.
okay.
Life skills, is that what it's
Oh,
called?
well, Royalty Life Coaching. So she's gonna put the information on the screen. Matter of fact, you know what? I text it to your phone and
Oh no, the kids would tell.
and they'll tell
I
you.
haven't looked at
Okay.
this.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
you got
We'll
to worry
text
about
you.
it. Yeah.
We'll text you the information. Because we know your situation. We don't have to constantly put that out there. The people
Oh, no,
that's
cool.
following the show. Because love is love over here, and that's all I want over here is love. You know what I mean? It's just all love over here. We all, each one teach one. That's what it's all about over here. That's it.
I was going to ask you, is SJ going to have a show for this too?
Well, she's going to have a show on life coaching, assisting people with healing, what I mean? Just talking to them about certain things that I guess they struggle with. So she's going to, and she had, she's been in the business for like over 10 years doing that. So, we're going to, because I know a lot of people call spooky hours and they be needing someone to talk to. And I want to just give them, somewhere they can actually go, like kind of like just organize it. Spooky hours is his own thing. And then now life coaching with SJ will be probably on maybe Saturdays or whatever day she decides to do it, So that's something me and her working out. Yeah.
Which is, I mean,
Tuesday.
it's amazing.
Yeah, Heavy
It's
James
amazing.
is Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah. I thank you, Talib. I mean, you just don't know. As I told you before, ever since I heard your voice the very first time, I was interested. You caught my attention with your stories. And now this is just like, I knew something was special about you, but you are something. I mean, Wiz talks about he's a star child. I said, well, Talib is special too. I don't know, like, if he's from here. You know what I mean?
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what. I mean, whoa, this man is brilliant and smart, and I just want to say I want to thank you.
Well, I appreciate it, and I thank you, Wednesday. Really, I do. You made my night. You made this. I'm glad that I said yes.
I'm glad you did too.
I'm glad you did too. Facts. Nah, I told Talib, I said, Wednesday probably gonna call. Did I not tell you that, brother?
Yeah, I said I know she is, and I said watch what she's telling.
Like 3-4 times. I said, well, yeah, we get in here because I know what's going on with Wiz and Talib, and that was like Wiz trying to get into your mind. You guys are on those same type of levels, and I got that. I didn't catch it like that negatively. I thought it was positive.
Yeah.
And it's all love, man. It's all love.
It's all love. That's what this thing is about. I tell people with M.Reck and the Rec Mob, I just deal with love. I always said that, like from the beginning. I only deal with love. Anything negative, I don't even like speaking that word. This is all family over here.
Yeah.
So
and it is truly, because I feel like family. And I was going to ask one more question.
Yes, you are family.
M.Reck. When are you and your wife China Black gonna come up with another album or another song?
Oh yeah, nah, we're doing that. I'm gonna just be honest with the people. See, the thing with China Black, incredibly talented, but she don't know how to separate the politics, and I'm trying to school her on that. Like, don't worry about the politics, just do the music. I know you talented. The people know you talented. She knows you talented. But yeah,
what you do is you use the Sedona method. You get her to use the Sedona method and watch what happens.
Well, we're gonna have to do that. I agree. Like, I'm at this point, I gotta try something, and I think the Sedona method would probably be very beneficial for her situation.
Don't try. Trying is is failing while it's looking for the approval of others.
Correct. No,
Trying is
we're gonna do it.
I know that.
We're gonna get it done with the Sedona method and other methods. You know what I mean? But for the most part, Wednesday. You know what? Just because you said that, we're gonna do something real soon. I don't want to put a date on it, but we're gonna do something real soon, just on the strength because you said it. Just because you asked for it. So,
now that's gonna be special.
Matter of fact, you know what? We might just call it. We might just call it Wednesday. We might just call it Wednesday, just cause.
That'd be fire though.
Yeah,
And drop it on drop it on a Wednesday.
I listened to that song, and they so East Coast. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Wow,
all that
that's
flavor
amazing.
and all that.
Yeah.
And the M.Reck is all grimy with.
Thank you. Wow.
Like he just dropped the microphone.
Thank you. I was just telling Talib, I said, when it comes to this music thing, I said, my brother, we gonna build. I said, I got an ear for it. You know what I mean? I got a special ear for music, production, and I know what my listeners want to hear from me and just the show in general. And I think that's what attracts the listeners to the show. Not only to get information, not only to get entertainment, but also it's like, you're getting theme music that, it moves you. It puts you in a certain zone. So we, like I said, we all working. Me and Talib got something special. China Black, everybody, the whole team, we all working, and we got you Wednesday but I'm gonna say this though. The most important thing of all, the fact that we was able to give you some insight in it, and it's working. Talib, he did something amazing that's, to me, that tops everything. Cause
everywhere I go, I talk about the show. I tell them, like, man, you guys gotta watch it, you gotta listen to it. It's good. It's real good. It's good. I said, I'm living proof. I said, I wasn't walking. I was like, some people know my situation. You saw me in that wheelchair, and look what happened now. I say it's good. Yeah.
And no, you did that, Wednesday.
Yes.
You did that. You did that. You have an incredible mind. You are not the mind. It's your tool. It's your mind. And you get to tell it what to be and what to do. And now that you're aware of that, it's beautiful to see you're doing that. And the next step is simply more happiness and more of what you want out of this world with less of the problems. Beautiful.
Yes. Well, you gave me the food, and I'm eating it, and I thank you.
Well, you're welcome, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, Talib. Thank you.
You're welcome, Wednesday.
I love you guys. I love you too.
Love you too. Love you too, Wednesday. You have a great night. And you know what? Everything's gonna work out in divine timing.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Everything.
Thank you.
Everything. Just trust and believe. Just trust and believe. Everything. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
It's done. It's done, yo. You already starting to see. You're like, what? You getting your vision back. It's not, I gotta get it back. It's getting back. I got my vision back. And every day it's getting better and better. You wake up every day.
Guys, I saw that light, and it didn't even hit me. Like, where's this light coming from? What's all this light coming from? Literally, my head was in a pillow, and I was like, "Where's this light coming from?" And then, everybody's looking at me probably like crazy. I'm like, "The sun is out. I mean, your shades are down." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I see light, you guys!" And I was just so excited just by that. And I don't know what kind of energy that was, but it was awesome.
That's
and
a celebration.
Everybody, and ever since that day, I see light. Just want you guys to know that.
Yeah, every day you're gonna see better and better. And you wake up in the first day, the first thing you say is, my vision is better and better and better.
Better and better and better.
Correct.
Every day.
Every day.
That's right. My vision is better and better and better every day. That's the first thing you wake up. This is what I want. You wake up in the morning and you go, I am so grateful I'm breathing all of this abundant air. And you say, it's wonderful that miracles are happening for me now. And you immediately say, my vision is better and better and better every day. Soon as you come to consciousness in the morning, first thing you do.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
I know you will. Woo, this is beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow. This is
I can't wait for
powerful.
other people to come in and call in and talk
No,
about
no, we're gonna end the show on this note. This is a high note. I have to end it with this call from Wednesday because the people kind of saw the manifestation of you somewhat in the dark and now seeing the light, literally.
Yeah.
That right there is powerful. We have to end the show on that note.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Where can you go from there? This is the ultimate.
Exactly.
You're the best thing, Wednesday. I'm telling you.
Oh, thank you guys. I just really appreciate it. I really do. You just don't know. I appreciate everything you guys done for me. The family, everybody. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. We appreciate you even sharing your condition with us.
Mhm.
And trust me, you're gonna overcome that. It's happening now. You seeing now. You see the light. That's the main important thing. Is seeing. You see. You know that it's light at the end of the tunnel. You see that.
That's just one thing, but she's walking now.
Yeah.
I'm walking.
Oh,
She was walking before.
Yes. Yes. You was in a whelchair. Let's.
I was in a
Hello.
wheelchair.
She's walking now. That's one thing down. And it's just your walking's only going to get better and more powerful. And soon you're just going to want to get up and you're going to be taking one. Where are you going? I just want to take a walk.
That's right.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful
next.
right there. I can't wait to do that. Just go. No help. I got this.
Mm-hmm. You got this. There you go. You got this.
Got this.
And on that note, you have a great night. And we're going to close the show on a high note with Wednesday just giving us this amazing information about her sight, about you walking. Like, it gets no better than this. Amazing. I want to congratulate you again, Wednesday. Seeing the light and walking into your truth. Literally.
Yes.
So this is amazing. You're welcome. So you have a great night and continue on with your journey.
Thank you,
right.
M.Reck, and
You're
thank
welcome.
you, Talib. You have a good night too, Talib.
Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye, Wednesday.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Somebody said shalom. I guess the
Shalom.
correct thing would be to say Lala Tov.
Shalom.
Yeah.
Lala Tov is how you say good night in Hebrew.
How you say it?
Lala Tov.
Lala Tog?
Yes, Lala Tov.
Oh, that's pretty. Lala Tog.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact.
Peace. Double deuces and bubble gooses. That's how we say it on the M.Reck TV show. So this was a amazing segment, brother. How you feeling, Talib?
I feel great, man. I feel like a lot of people will receive the message that was given, and I think like between SJ's coaching and the practices and releasing, I think that we're actually putting something together that's going to offer a solution.
Right.
And we can change our neighborhoods once we start changing ourselves. Once we can be who we want the world to be. Once we can produce that for ourselves, it'll start reflecting around us. And you'll have more of an effect on people than you ever could realize. You can't plan that. That's beyond your ability to plan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, great show, I think.
Incredible show. Incredible show. The people are saying in the chat room. Like, see, this is what I want people to understand about this show. It's for the people. And when the people respond, that's what do it for me because I work for the people. So when the people say this, that, and the third, I gotta listen because without the people, the show is it falls on blind eyes and deaf ears without the people. Literally, you know? And that's why I do it for the people and it's always gonna be love. So and I appreciate the love from the people. And the people are the rec mob. Anybody that subscribe, or maybe you just didn't hit the subscribe button, you still rec mob. That and rec mob is family. You know, rec mob is the family of M.Reck TV and M.Reck. So that's what that is. You know what I mean? So on that note, I gotta just close it out on that because it was so powerful. And we gonna probably do a heavy gym show definitely Tuesday. But if Talib wanna do something another day, he can always call me and say, Rec, you know what? I wanna talk to the people. So you could let me know, good brother. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, I'll always be willing to like, have these type of situations where we can converse and actually, get to the bottom of things, man. Like the other dude, like I said, the guy who was like, having an issue with that. That was good that he had an issue with that. He confronted his issue with that. See, the
Mm-hmm.
problem is we hold on to things and then we process them in a way that doesn't actually allow us to let it go. You know what I mean? And if
Correct.
every day we get in, or anytime we can get in here and we can use these methods and address some of our even like our questions, like maybe that individual just needs to dissolve something, you know, just
Yes,
let
sir.
something go, because that's how you're gonna manifest. I'm gonna tell you a couple people I know that already hit the lottery that did what I said. You're going to win, right? And if you do these things, you're going to start realizing that the world in front of you is not what you think it is. It's not happening to you. It's being pushed out from you. And when you can accept that reality, then you can begin to get from that reality what you truly desire. That's all.
Facts. My brother. I appreciate you. I will be building with you tomorrow just cause on, heavy gyms and but also what we gotta do, what we agreed to do from the beginning. So we're
Okay.
gonna talk about some film stuff and stuff like that. But my brother, you enjoy your night. I actually gotta walk the dog. He's waiting by the door. Let me take care. You know what I mean? Let me take care of my man Binky. That's my girl dog. Take care of Binky. You know what I mean? Let him go outside and relieve himself. And
And if anybody want to extend on those practices, those are just a very even, it's a simple method, but it's called the Sedona method. You can find it. You can find a lot of videos and information on it that won't cost you anything. And you can sit there for a few minutes and actually just start absorbing a lot of this stuff and changing your life today.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also, you can always replay the show with Talib go into the Sedona method at the beginning of the show. So there you have it. All right. So on that note, peace and love, everybody. Double deuces and bubble gooses. You know, please be safe out there. And hopefully everybody wins the lotto in some kind of way. You know? Whether it's the mega millions or just the life lottery. Because we all gambling, playing to win. All right? Love is love, y'all. Salute to the Rec Mob. Salute to SJ. Salute to everybody. Gina Rose. Everybody. Appreciate Maybach Mel and everything he does. Just everybody that shows, everybody that you know supported the show. GG, everybody. Amon Davis, Miss J, just everybody. Appreciate y'all. Salute to the streamboss.com. If you're looking for a good streaming service, go to the streamboss.com, put in the M.Reck TV code, get $5 off, and you can watch your favorite movies, TV shows, sports, etc. All right? So on that note, everybody, have a great night and stay posted to the community tab where you can get all the updates for Heavy Jim Show and Spooky Hours and everything that's going on with M.Reck TV. All right? Because a lot of times I put updates in the community tabs. All right? So just browse through every once in a while just to update yourself on the brand and everything that's going on with it. I appreciate y'all, man. Love is love. Thank you. I just want to say thank you and, peace and blessings to everybody. Peace, Talib. Thank you, King. Appreciate you, King.
Likewise, brother. I'll speak to you soon, man.
All right, my brother. Peace. Yeah, y'all. Go to thestreamboss.com. Another successful Heavy Jim Show. I'm grateful. Man, shouts to Wednesday. Shouts to everybody. Shouts to Wiz. Shouts to everybody, man. Shouts to SJ. She works hard doing the news. Yeah, SJ, I was talking to her. Yes, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And yeah, it's time for the life coaching show with SJ. So that's being worked on. You know what I mean? So she don't even know that I was going to go public with it. This is a surprise to her too. So that's just what I do. Anybody that's a part of my team and they've been loyal and been putting their work in, I reward them, and it's time. It's time. I feel like the people need that. So that's what we do. It's all about energy and frequency with me. Mind you, I see everything. I know who's who. You dig? So when you see me lock in with a person, that I only lock in with them because I've been observing. I don't lock in with people right away because a lot of times people ego kind of like hurt their chances, not only with me, but just with the peoples. A lot of times you got to get out your own way, and the ego thing don't work with me. You know what I mean? So a lot of people be trying to get at me, but they be kind of like arrogant, and I'll be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? But everybody can't come anyway. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Love is love. But for the most part, I got my team, and we building, and I appreciate the Rec Mob, everybody that's supporting. We got the Spooky Hours TV show coming. We got the M.Reck and China Black music coming. We got a lot of movies coming. It's a lot going on, y'all. Make sure you tap into M.Reck TV, mrecktv.tv coming. We about to relaunch that website, so I appreciate y'all. I'm just giving you updates. The show has ended, but I like to give you updates. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot going on. It's bigger than YouTube for me. And on that note, peace. I appreciate y'all. I'm gone. Double deuces and bubble gooses. Salute to the Rec Mob. Y'all know the M.Reck room etiquette. SJ, I see you. I appreciate you. Love.
You hear something?
Have you guys heard of StreamBoss? It's a new IPTV provider that gives you over 5,000 channels for only $20 a month.
Oh, cool!
$20 for live TV, local TV, movies, TV shows, pay-per-views, and so much more.
Huh? What?
If you have a Fire Stick, smart TV, or streaming device, then head on over to thestreamboss.com to begin your setup process.
We don't see the competition. I drop off a ransom note that your art is missing, nigga.
Pay us in full with the money, or she gon' get her fingers clipped off like Lil Sonny,
M.Reck